It's your boy Ancient Albatross here again with the Cypher Unlimited crew. We have our usual suspects of AD or Alpha Dean. We have Spigs18 or Anthony. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't already, be sure to follow us here on Twitch and subscribe to us over on YouTube. It is a huge help to our growing channels. And yeah, it is greatly appreciated. And we appreciate all the support we've received already. We wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. But either way, Dean, what are we doing here tonight?
Well, hey guys, we had a week off. We had, life things going on, but decided to come back and talk about the 3,000-pound elephant in the room that we all love and happy to see sit around, which is the latest Backerkit campaign that Monte Cook Games is going on, Adventures in the Cypher System. And it's massive, it's huge, it's awesome, and we're going to talk about everything that's going on. First of all, the stretch goals that have been hit, what our thoughts are about the products, and so on and so forth. Say pay to the community. And without further ado, I'm going to throw it right over to my main man, Ant.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the CU. Before we even get into our topic, first off, I will just touch on a couple of things. Thank you to everyone that participated in our giveaways. And I know a lot of people, some people have received their pledges. I mean, have received their products that they won, but there's been some hiccups with some other stuff. We're gonna have, hopefully we'll have everything out. MCG has assured us that all their prize winners sometime this week they'll start reaching out to you, either be on your MCG account, but they haven't officially sent anyone out. So the people that have contacted me, thank you for letting us know, but they are aware, they have all the information, and they will get, Tammy assured us that she will get to everyone, and everyone will get their prizes. For those that didn't know, I've had some personal issues going on in my life, which kind of put a hold on all my CU work. So the people that I had to personally contact, I'm sorry I haven't, but after this video today, I'm gonna just get back into the grind, and I'm gonna make sure everyone has what is coming to them, the awesome prizes that they won. And just thank you everyone for just not only being an awesome community, but like Al said, supporting us and supporting Cypher System and Monte Cook Games in general. And we appreciate everything you guys do for us.
Yeah, we do.
So we're going to talk about Adventures in Cypher System, guys. There's only 22 hours left. They've already grossed $656,489. That has 4,164 backers. And we want to hit this next stretch goal. But, before we even get to the stretch goals, let's talk about what you get, guys. So, okay, Al. Go ahead, D.
I was just going to say the basic package that, was initially announced was 2 new genre books, a deluxe edition of the Cypher System rule book, and a starter kit. That was the initial, what the initial package was. And, for all of us, that's great. All of us Cypher heads out there. The fact that there's a starter set for Cypher, wow, that's just going to make it that much easier to pull people in. Because if you know anything about their starter sets, me and Anthony talked about the new Monero starter set in the past. Such a great product. It's always like a chef's kiss. And then these 2 new genre books are just gonna make us dance a jig.
The names of the genre books, and we'll break down each book one at a time.
So let's start with It's Only Magic.
No, name the 3, and then we'll start off.
Oh, okay. So the book is It's Only Magic. It's Only Magic is urban fantasy, and Rust and Redemption, which is post-apocalyptic. 2 new great genre books, like we said, a deluxe edition of the rule book and a starter set. So,
all right, so we'll start off with the starter set first, because you just happened to mention it first.
Right.
So, we'll start off with the starter set first. So do you think this is just for beginners, or what's the core audience for this box set?
I think this is the perfect box set, not just for beginners, but for GMs right now who want to do demos. You know, I built a demo kit, but now you have a demo kit right with you that's easily taken with you. You know how these starter sets are always set up. That would be like the perfect thing to have in your bag, at any given time if you were out and about and you wanted to show somebody Cypher System.
Yeah, for someone that doesn't normally know, like, have seen the Numenera starter set, it traditionally comes with a written adventure, pre-written character sheets, printed out, a set of dice, XP cards. But Charles hinted that this might be a little different because he said they might have multiple adventures in it since it's a Cypher System starter set.
And I kind of can kind of say, as an insider on the outside, but still as an insider, but still on the outside, Sean K. Reynolds has been on Twitter. We've been chatting back and forth, and he's already stated that there's going to be some variety in this box as far as the adventures and everything else. So
how do you think that's going to work? You think it's going to be a full length adventure?
Well, I will say this already.
Cypher shorts.
If you see, if you read the little description here that's on the website or on the Backerkit campaign, I don't want to read the whole thing here, but it specifically says several adventures, which is cool. That means there's going to be multiple adventures. If I recall correctly, the starter set for the Numenera one is just one adventure, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's already something that's different. We're going to have multiple adventures within this. So you won't be locked into, let's say like in Dean's situation, you want to use it as a demo kit. You're not locked into one adventure. You have multiple at your disposal with this kit, that's chef's kiss right there.
Yeah, and the way Sean said it's going to be not only multiple adventures, but multiple genres. On Twitter, he's been saying, because I was like, yeah, we want a superhero adventure in there. And he was like, oh, don't worry. Adventure is like variety, so it's like pretty
So
cool.
I wonder how the character sheets are going to work then. Just from a logistics standpoint, right? If you're doing multiple genres, are they going to have multiple character sheets, or like we don't know the answer to any of these questions? I'm just throwing them out there, but like, are we going to have multiple genres, or is it someplace like go to the MCG site and download characters for this adventure? If you're running this, here are the pre-gens, go download it, or is it going to be physically in the box set?
I imagine physically in there. Like, that's the whole draw of a box set, is to have, everything in it. And I'm inclined to agree with Ket and what you said, I guess, and in your little what is it? Either way, it would make sense for them to include a set of pregens per adventure if they're different genres, which, it being Cypher System, would make sense for them to do.
Remember,
you want to showcase that, right?
And if you remember Cypher Shorts, I'm thinking that they're gonna probably be set up like Cypher Shorts, where it's
that was my guess.
Yeah, because you remember because I mean, if you look at the little short adventures like in Stay Alive and everything else, those are like quick scenarios that can be run inside of 2 hours. I've actually used those at the game store, and they anywhere from hour 45 minutes to 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So maybe that's what they're going to do, is just give us a few scenarios like that.
Like say if you took the Cypher System rulebook, right, and broke down all the genres that they give you in the Cypher System rulebook, you're talking about, let's say, like, I wouldn't be upset if they gave me 8 adventures to cover each genre in the book, but just told me to go to the MCG site to download the pre-gens. Because
that might be part of the deal,
That's definitely reasonable. You do see other companies doing something like that, where they tell you, hey, yeah, for additional resources, visit so-and-so website, and just, you get the files to print them out. And, most people have access to a printer of some kind, or even just the digital files for playing digitally.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would rather have the adventures over. Like, I would rather have and this is just me being greedy, but I would rather have 6 to 8 adventures and the option to download the pre-gens as opposed to 3 adventures with the pre-gens included in the box.
Now, I can see where you're coming from, because again, you get more meat, I guess. You know, you get more adventure. But I'm on the other side. I mean, of course, you can always print them yourself, but it's always nice to just have it. Like, again, you can set it up yourself.
I agree.
Here's a thought.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
But I mean,
logistics.
but you know what? Here's another thought too, that just kind of came to me. You're talking about being able to go to the website and download the adventures. You know what? Why not have
I'm
a couple
talking about
of
downloading the pre-gens and giving.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying let them go to the website and they can just download the adventure. This way, everybody doesn't need it.
Oh, what happened to Anthony?
Uh-oh.
So that's fun. You just, your camera's off and it switched positions, but we're just gonna roll with it if you can talk. What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't see you though.
We just can't see you.
Oh, that is so weird. Hold on a sec. Let me log out of Zoom and log back in.
Oh my god. All right, so fun times here on Cipher Unlimited.
I am invisible, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah,
we hear you just fine.
You're just fine. Oh man.
So weird.
While we recompose ourselves here, I will say, reply to someone in the chat. SX Otter, I think that's how you say it. How much do you think the WOTC OGL debacle contributed to the success of this campaign? Previous campaigns have been very successful. I was hoping OGL nonsense would have really boosted this to ludicrous numbers. And this Kickstarter here, oh my god, our cameras look terrible because Anthony left, and I can't fix them right now. So I'm sorry, everybody who's seen just the top of my head. Here we go right here. There, you can just see my glasses now. I was just dying.
Well,
okay. So,
I can address that question.
No, I got a good answer. So the numbers, let me scroll up again to show you how much we've earned here so far. And it's sitting at what, $656,000, which is a pretty substantial amount. I don't know, I don't have the hard numbers on me, but Charles Ryan was speaking on a Discord somewhere, I think the MCG Discord, and he was talking about the growth, or I guess, damn, I wish I could pull it up. I wouldn't know where to find it right off the bat, and I don't want to waste time. But he basically said, even though this number is lower or seems lower than, what we would call quote unquote a ludicrous number. Sorry, let me get my face. A ludicrous number. It's actually doing quite strong. Compared to he even compared it to the original Numenera campaign, which did under this amount, I believe is what he said.
Yes,
again, I could be wrong.
No,
so
you're right.
Again, even though this looks like it's something on the smaller end, because we just came off of things like, I forget how much the Weird earned, but what we're really comparing everything to nowadays is Old Gods of Appalachia. And that made crazy bank. That's in a stratosphere of its own. We can't even compare that earnings to regular campaign earnings. So this campaign is actually doing very well considering what it is. For newcomers, it's a way to get all the source material, right? All these books you've missed out on. For people who have been here a while, it's a deluxe version, a starter set, and 2 new campaign books, or 2 new setting books. And there's something for everybody here. And again, the people who are coming here because of some fiascos online that are currently happening, it definitely shows. It's showing here in that number for sure.
Hey guys, can you see me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we see you.
Oh man!
I literally had to unplug my camera and plug it back in.
Oh my god! So that's gonna be one section for the blooper reels, but I kept it going.
So SX Otter, there's if you're used to Monte Cook Games, what is it? Somebody said, no.
Dude,
this is a hell of a stream right now. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Oh my god, what a mess!
Yeah, I just got completely distracted there. Go ahead,
Either
Ed.
way,
What did I miss? Are you still on
no,
the
no, no, no.
product?
I just answered a question that someone in the chat had about the success of this campaign, being tied to the the OGL
OGL.
nonsense. And yeah, I talked about that a bit, and yeah, we can just dive right back into talking about the Backerkit campaign. I think we kind of hit the nail on the head with the starter set, though. It would be awesome to see it both ways with a downloaded character sheet or physical ones, whatever have you.
I mean, if
What's
both of them are in there, that's hella cool. I just think that just for space reasons, that one or the other is going to be downloadable. That's just my gut feeling.
No, I agree with that. So, but again, it would be nice to have it all in there. Oh, excuse me. What the point I was gonna make was it's nice to see that we're getting multiple adventures, and again, since it's Cypher System, probably in different genres.
Yeah. Oh, most likely. I would be disappointed if there isn't at least 4 genres in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good product. So moving on to our next product, which is a genre book called "It's Only Magic," and we can speculate about it, but basically, we do know it is urban fantasy, modern day magic. So, things like Harry Potter, The Magicians,
Dresden Files.
Dresden's Files,
Yeah.
the Witches of Wayfair, all of that kind of stuff.
The
is gonna be-
Librarians. There's a ton of different
Yeah, it's going to be all of that type of information in there. Of course, they're going to give you a mini setting with it, which, might be inspirational, but I can't wait to see that product because, I've written stuff that kind of goes in that realm already when the horror book came out. So
Okay, I'm sorry, Dean.
no, I was just saying it'll all like go together and it'll be great for everybody. So
When the way I view all setting books, right, is one is the setting itself cool, right? Whether or not I'm going to use it or not, I'll absorb it and read it and see if I find the setting interesting and something. But more importantly, with all the Cypher System like toolkit books, I view it as what can I take for this for my existing games or ideas that I'm going to run, and I really like how both these books are universally going to be used in not only the genre that's provided, but you could see applications in a ton of other genres. Right? Not only is this book going to be good for modern fantasy, you could pull the spells, the artifacts, the descriptors, the foci for traditional fantasy, or you could put the spells, artifacts for sci-fi, for a lot of other genres. So I think this book is going to be really cool, not only for the setting itself, but how many other things you can mess around with it in.
Like we said before, remember when we had Stars of Fire and we were looking at it, and the minute we got Stay Alive, we started, oh, wait a minute, we could do this, And I see no difference happening with this book.
This works real well with We All Mad Here too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna actually, like, fantasy is starting to become really open in Cypher System for you to be able to run pretty much any fantasy game you want. Go ahead, D.
I was just saying, at this point, if we put, you put It's Only Magic and God Forsaken side by side, you could literally build your own type of feng shui game. Remember how feng shui took place in 3 different time periods? You could literally do that between these 2 books.
And it specifically says it in here too that they incorporating magic with technology. So it works with it works with Numenera as well because it has the technology spin to it. So you could use this book in your Numenera campaign, right? So I'm really excited for this. I'm curious to see the whole concept of supernatural detectives, Dresden Files,
right? Exactly.
All the
tropes,
ovens and all that stuff. This is going to be really interesting. I'm curious to see how long the setting, how big the setting is going to be in the book, because with the toolkit books, you do get
I call it a setting seed.
yeah, I'm hesitant to say micro setting, but you do get it's not a fully fleshed out setting.
I call them seeds. If you look at any of the settings, the way it's set up, it literally just gives you like a massive overview, so you can fill in all the blanks, But it gives you a massive overview, so you can get the flavor and the feeling that they were going for, whoever wrote that particular concept. But they're pretty good. I think it's I love them. I love the setting seed, concept. I think they're great.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see what concepts people come up with this book outside of the setting, because that's what I always see when I like to watch people do kooky ideas, and then my first question is, what book did you use? Because it's funny, because we all kooky idea guys or adaptation guys, and people tend to use different books for different the same adaptation. And it's just interesting to me to see, like how someone goes about sculpting whatever, like I'm working on Willy Wonka now, and I think that this is a book that would actually, I wish was out, because I'm sure I will be able to pull some stuff for Willy Wonka from this.
Nice.
Yeah, and that what you just said kind of just speaks to the mindset of like Cypher players, right? They all have the same end goal, but you can approach that same end goal so differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like that's like Cypher.
Yeah, I'll use a perfect example. I've seen no less than 10 people attempt to do Power Rangers on the server, right? And I don't mean attempt as insulting. I mean attempt as in, this is my interpretation of how to do Power Rangers. And the books and the concepts people use, like the rules, very mad different. Like some people like, yo, I'm doing Power Rangers with, Discovery and Destiny. I'm doing, and someone else would be like, I'm doing Power Rangers based on the CSR and Vert. You know what I mean? It's just or Mecha versus Kaiju, that the book on Drive Through, and it's just mad funny how mad people will attack the same setting, but just from a different angle, like what Al said. It's just fascinating to me.
Good stuff, though.
Yeah, and there's no wrong way, because that's the way Cypher's plug and play, figure it out.
Right.
Awesome.
Rulings over rules, So, and then we get to our third book in this wonderful menagerie, and that would be Rust and Redemption, a post-apocalyptic toolkit.
Oh, I can't wait.
And for anybody who likes anything on that type of level, I think this book is just going to be, the creme de la creme, because, Anthony, you remember it. You grew up in the days of Damnation Alley and Mech 2 and
Death Race 2000.
Mad Max.
I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I've never heard of it.
I have seen the newer Mad Max, one of them, the first one.
Yeah.
I saw that movie a bunch of times, actually.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but no, we're talking about Mel Gibson Mad Max.
No, definitely haven't seen those.
We're talking about stuff like this, but all of those things, man, we grew up on that, and that was like a big thing in our generation of growing up, was always the apocalyptic story. Like he said, we named 10 movies just like that between the two of us in minutes, and this genre book is going to truly let you like sink your fingers into it.
Yeah, and this book is not only you're gonna get the post-apocalyptic, but it's also gonna. I see this book working really well with Stay Alive.
Yes.
Because this is gonna be the companion book to do your
Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil horror games. Horror games that the great evil has won already. So you're starting the game behind the 8 ball. You know, this is the Matrix where the Earth is destroyed, the Terminator where the you know, Arnold's won already. You know, the world is destroyed.
You know, you just made me think about something. You know, another book that actually will go really well with this? First Responders.
Yep.
First Responders would be like buggy, because if you think about it, you could literally use, you know, if they're living underground, the tunnels, use disasters down there and all that. Oh, so much fun.
Okay, you was gonna say something now?
No,
just so much fun.
And I just said I'm just super excited for this one. There's so much fun to be had in the post-apocalyptic world, and it really, I'm again Monte Cook Games being who they are. I imagine we're gonna see something akin to what we saw in Stay Alive, where there's gonna be different approaches. Like, what is the cause of your apocalyptic world? Like, what made it this way? Like, inspirational stuff like that that'll, you know, set your games in motion. I mean, I'm hoping we see stuff like that again. I'm throwing my hope out there.
Well, it gives me hope. I mean, Anthony said it with the horror, with Stay Alive being paired with it, and I just finished a series of books, 9 books, the Vampire World books, where there was a vampire apocalypse. You know, and the last of humanity lives in a floating city. It was like crazy. So yes, I want the book. I want to do this now.
What I expect to see from Blessed Redemption, besides from a hella cool setting, right? I expect to see gear and equipment and maybe some rules for, you know, starvation, for survival, like more fleshed out survival rules, like not necessarily like horror mode or madness mode, but some sort of mechanic in that vein to deal with those, you know, sort of stuff. Because I love that sort of stuff, because that's stuff that you could carry over into.
Well, if you think about it, they could similarly do a similar thing with the survival aspects that you're talking about, maybe hunger or whatever, or maybe you have to fight off the virus at times or something. But they could use the same kind of mechanic that they used, how they turned fire into an entity. You could do something along that line. You know, they could.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I want to see that, like, into, because that's something that we can't talk post-apocalyptic without having some sort of survival mechanics.
Oh yeah,
added into the book. So I expect to see that, right? And I expect to see that. I think the ciphers are going to be interesting in this book, because the ciphers could be mundane things that traditionally,
you get a cipher, get a water purifying pellet. There's a cipher.
Yeah. So I'm just curious to see how, from a design perspective, how they're going to tackle all that.
And one thing I'm hoping we see in this, because I know a lot of people who come into a post-apocalyptic setting or genre or whatever have you, regardless whether it's a TTRPG or a video game or whatever have you, a big part of those things is like crafting, making new stuff from the parts you find. So I'm hoping we see some like quick and dirty crafting rules, like compared to like the detailed ones we got in Discovery and Destiny. I want to see something a little more loose, something that you can implement without having like in a one shot or something. You know what I mean? The stuff you see in Discovery and Destiny, I mean, you could tweak it to make it work within a game, but it's really meant to be over like a campaign or whatever have you. Like it takes lots of time.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping we see that. Yeah.
Really good insight, Al. I didn't even think about that, but some quick and dirty rules would be nice.
For crafting, yeah.
Before we go on to the rest, it just made me think of this. For these 2 books, right? What would it take? You know, because we're actually, you know, we don't officially work for Monte Cook Games, and I know for a fact Charles and Sean and all of them don't mind us if we're being critical, right? What would make you disappointed in each one of these books if it came out and
Yeah, I don't even know, like, because Monte Cook Games generally hits the mark. I feel like the only book we've been disappointed in out of all of their books has been Unmasked. And that was disappointing because of powers.
Yeah,
And
but
then we
what's
got
the
Claim the
deal?
Sky. Like, what happened?
What's the deal breaker for you in each one of these books? Like I guess for me, like I'll start it off so you can see what the general idea. Like, well, maybe I'm not expressing it clearly enough. But for me, like say, like it's only magic if there isn't a bunch of, not a bunch, but there isn't new spells or a reworking of how to do the magic system. I might be disappointed.
I agree with that. Yeah, yeah. And then I guess in the same vein, if like I mentioned, the crafting rules, if we don't see a quick and dirty craft, like something just to even address like crafts unique objects, because that's hella vague. Like a lot of people ask questions about crafts unique objects because it really falls on the GM how they want to handle crafting, and that's a thing in and of itself. So yeah, I think I would be pretty disappointed if we didn't see some kind of like at least guidance in that department.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. For me, it'll be crafting, and it'll be like a chapter in actual survival that isn't just ported over from another book.
As far as the magical book, I'd probably be disappointed if they didn't like make reference to or should I say kind of lead you in the direction, understand that magic is different for all cultures. Like so if it's just like unidirectional, that might be disappointing. And the Rust and Redemption, I think I'm with you on that one. You know, we should have some mechanic that deals with that survival, you know, that connects that gives you some mechanic to use when you want to put the characters in a heightened state of uh awareness or intensity, you know.
You know what also I thought about Rust and Redemption, which Cypher System doesn't have much of. There's some, but there's no modern vehicle stat write-ups in pretty much any of the books. So Rust and Redemption would be the perfect book to have the modern vehicle stat write-ups in.
One other thing that I was thinking about, we were talking about It's Only Magic. I hope they have something in It's Only Magic just to kind of direct, you know, not that we haven't been able to do it, but that would help direct new players and new GMs when the person wants to try and play a mundane. So how would you adapt to just being a person in a magical world? You know, that kind of thing. That though I think that would be how would you adapt your characters, your PCs, you know, to more strictly walk in the mundane world versus, you know, the supernatural or the mystical or whatever. I think that would be like,
Yeah, that's a great point, Dean. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like figuring at least a little blurb right up on.
how to approach it.
Yeah. You all right, so the last thing before we move on, if you had to pick two books that work from the extensive catalog of the MCG books, right? Two books to work with each one of these books, what would the two books be? And we'll start off with Rust and Redemption. For me personally, I think that I I didn't even think about it, but what Dee mentioned it makes 100% perfect sense. But first responders and Stay Alive and Rust and Redemption, I think is a marriage made in heaven. That's like the peanut butter chocolate Reese's Reese's Pieces commercial. I think that those three books together is going to be like perfect for any post-apocalyptic game that you want to run. All you basically need are those three books in a Cypher core book, and you should be able to cover everything.
Yeah. For me though, one thing that comes to mind almost immediately, thinking about Rust and Redemption, and y'all should maybe see this coming because I've been on a kick of it. But Gods of the Fall. Gods of the Fall is basically fantasy post-apocalyptic. Again, they're godlike beings, but it's still a very harsh environment that these people live in. And again, it's very much post-apocalyptic. So I would love to see something in Rust and Redemption that I can use over in Gods of the Fall, which I'm positive there will be some stuff in there. Like, again, hopefully quick and dirty crafting stuff and survival stuff. Even though they're gods, they're still vulnerable. They're not invulnerable. They can face hardships too, and of course maybe with a little tweaking because they're basically supers. But I feel like that's what I'm gonna first be looking at as a combo.
And for me, I'm gonna be a little bit selfish. I'm gonna go with Rust and Redemption, The Origin, and First Responders. I think that would be like some crazy, just off the chain, you know.
And for It's Only Magic, I'm gonna go with We All Mad Here. And I think I'm gonna go with this is a tough one because there's a lot of, if you could only have 3 books minus the CSR, of course. I'm gonna go with It's Only Magic, Godforsaken, and what you call it, We All Mad Here.
Okay.
And chat, yeah, let us know if you had to pick any 3 books. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna take that back.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Ken had bought the best one, but he bought it for. I'm gonna go with Stars of Fire. We all mad here, and It's Only Magic. I think I could come up with a lot of really cool things with that.
see, y'all think too big brain. I'm not even thinking of like 2 additional or 3 additional books. I just need 1 additional book and I'm good. So for me, like with It's Only Magic, the first thing that comes to mind is mixing it with Stay Alive to do an SCP Foundation game. And if you don't know what that is basically like anomalies that are tracked and detained or whatever by an organization called the SCP Foundation. So it's basically a bunch of weird, things, objects, creatures, whatever have you. So basically, it's all magic, like Dresden Files type thing. I believe. I don't know anything about Dresden Files, but the way y'all talk about it sounds kind of like it.
Awesome.
But yeah. So that mixed with the horror stuff from Stay Alive, because a lot of the SCPs are pretty horrific. I think those 2 books doing an SCP game is what I'll be looking at when it comes for It's Only Magic.
Oh, that's awesome. How about you, D?
If I've got It's Only Magic. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna take It's Only Magic, and I'm gonna take Claim the Sky, and if I could do a 3rd book up in there,
When you said Claim the Sky is Only Magic, it just makes my brain immediately went to Doctor Strange for some weird reason.
Exactly. That's it's gonna be a whole world Doctor Strange world. I think I could really just be happy with those 2. I mean, if I could throw something else in there, okay, let's just have fun and put Stars of Fire, and then that way it could be, a celestial, magical superhero world.
Yeah, It's Only Magic is Stars of Fire is Star Wars.
Yeah. Space wizards.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited for It's Only Magic because of mixing it with Stay Alive and doing SCP.
Can't help but easiest combo, the Strange plus all of them.
Easy win right there.
All right, so moving on.
We go into we forgot one of the 4 main books. We forgot the Deluxe Cypher System rulebook.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was gonna mention it, but yeah, I thought that's what we were moving on
I
to.
thought we were going to just do that one last, but okay.
No, but it's part of the main 4.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
But yes, for anyone who likes collecting stuff, there's quite a few of y'all out there, us included. There will be a Deluxe Cipher core book included in this campaign, or it is included in this campaign. It looks gorgeous. It's gonna have, I think it's silver edges, like some books have that gold edge. I think this one's gonna be silver. It looks silver in the image anyway. Ribbon bookmarks were mentioned. It's gonna be a gorgeous book.
And he Charles did mention if they have room, they might have some new art. which I'm excited
Ooh.
excited about. I'm imagining if they're gonna have new art, it'll be in the inside covers, the front and back covers.
Yeah, probably. So
But
let's keep
not
this.
a new book.
Yeah,
Let's get that out there. It's the same exact book.
right.
just deluxe.
It's just a pretty version.
Yeah, but the deluxe versions are absolutely worth it. Like those books are. I wish I had one of the deluxe books around me to show you guys. But the deluxe versions of the books are absolutely gorgeous. Even the paper stock is of better quality.
They are very nice, yes.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. All right, so
You can
what's
you
the
can
next?
see mine right there.
I can't see it.
Kind of in a picture on his background.
Trying to move the right way.
Your beautiful smile, Dean, is getting in the way of it.
I can't get out the way.
Yeah.
There it is.
So what's next, Ed? What we talk about next?
Let's talk about why I was most excited. But there's a Cypher System bestiary, y'all. This is the book that I've been clamoring for over 3 years, right? I can't wait to get my hands on the Cypher System bestiary. To be honest, personally, I think this is a long time coming. I think this book should have been out 2 years ago, to be honest. And I expect to see some new, freshly designed monsters, not just reprints from all the other books.
So yeah, that most definitely. But on top of that, which I again, we don't know anything about what it actually is going to include, but in the little description here, it talks about not just creatures, but maps of layers, sample organizations, adventure framework, goals and schemes, names for individuals, equipment loadouts, pets. Like, it's going to have so much more than just a bestiary.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think that I think with the nature of the way Cypher System is in regards to creatures and how simplified it is on a creature stat block, and how it's more about flavoring what the creature is capable of doing, as opposed to having everything, hard written, like this is exactly what it does. I think they kind of needed this, because I think that especially now where we have a ton of people transitioning from other systems that are a little more, a little more information upfront uploaded, I think Cypher needs to explain this is how creatures work, and this is how you flavor creatures. This is how, this is how it may seem like, oh, this creature stat block is only, 14, 20 sentences. Like they need to explain better of, hey, just because we say this creature has this doesn't mean that it can't be reflavored. If it's a fire troll, this is how you reflavor it to an ice troll. This is how you reflavor it
But and I get what you're saying, Anthony, but I think people, before they can even get to that point, they have to get past their own block when it comes to Cipher.
But the way you get past it, sometimes some people need it in written form in order to.
I know, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they've got to get. They just got to kind of get out the way, But it's cool. But that came at 125K.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, that was the first stretch goal.
That was the first stretch goal. Yep. And at 175K, poster map will be added to Rust and Redemption. So there will be a poster map in that book.
Hey, Dean, I know you're not leaving the bestiary. I'm not done talking about the bestiary.
Oh,
the one book I really wanted.
Oh, I thought we were done.
I want to know from chat, is there a specific monster or baddie that currently isn't in Cypher System that you wish was a type of monster? Like a style of monster? Because it currently, it's what, 200 pages right now, or 189 pages, I believe?
It's 160 if it'll be expanded to 190, 192 if we hit this next stretch goal.
So
So
yeah,
right now it's 160 pages.
so is there a style of monster that, or evil NPC, whatever, however you want to phrase it, that currently Cypher System doesn't have? Can you guys think of anything?
If you're asking me, you're asking one of the worst people to ask that.
Mhm.
I pretty much always make my own like creatures or baddies or whatever have you. Not to say I don't ever look at the creature sections of the books, like to, for inspiration or whatever have you, but I do not know the creature sections well enough to say what's missing.
From all of the different books that they put out, there's really, to me, there's not anything that I've ever thought that was missing, being a representation somewhere, some way. So-
Chad is saying a bunch of stuff that Analyst mentioned something that's like Ice Age creatures like woolly mammoths, rhinos, giant sloths. Like, yeah, we have dinosaurs, but we don't have.
If you look in predation, they make reference to all those things, but it's just, but it's reference.
Right?
No, I mean, because they give you the baselines and expect you to do those yourself.
I also like what KedHub said there. He says, I personally would like to see more monsters from other cultures that aren't delved into as much. Korean, Philippine, etc. Less Eurocentric. That would be awesome too to see.
I love the way Sean did Stay Alive when he did his creatures, that he took all the famous monsters, the Swamp Thing and he statted them out. I'd like to see something like that, but for like a different genre aside from horror. Like I think that was one of my favorite. I just love monster manuals, period. Like I love monster, like just looking at them, it sparks ideas. But I love the way Stay Alive, where he took all the world famous traditional like horror and statted out those as monsters. I'd like to see that done for like other genres. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool.
I can definitely see that happening in the bestiary. Like the bestiary might be broken down into genre sections, and then those genre sections will have like what you said, like the iconic like archetypes or whatever from those genres statted out or whatever have you. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Samuel Kaufman asks, is there any splat book or Cypher System that allows for running Persona style games? I mean, like the video game of the same name.
Ooh, I don't know anything about Persona. That's not a game I ever played.
Very simply, if you're talking about Persona, I know Persona. Literally, all you'd have to use would be Claim the Sky and Unmasked together, because you could use the mask form for the persona changes and so on and so forth. And, of course, using Claim the Sky is going to give you all the powers and stuff that you need. Very easy. It would be simple.
Kenna brought another great point, too. More monsters that superheroes or power-shifted characters could fight. So more higher level monsters.
Right.
That's a good one.
That is true.
And with
okay, D.
I was just saying, and with the description that they gave with the book, what they're talking about.
You was gonna say something?
I think he's lagging.
Can you hear me?
Am I muted?
I think he's lagging.
I'm lagging?
No, he's lagging, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you now, D.
No, I was saying, my thing would be, looking at the books and how everything is set up. You could just like jump in with both feet. It would be easy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what the monster manual, what the bestiary is going to look like.
Yeah.
I think it's the one book that I'm most excited about. not that the other two books are not going to be. I'll probably use the other two books more, but like I said, I'm a monster manual junkie. Ever since it just brings me back to the 12-year-old me. Just I absorb monster manuals like most people absorb a regular reading material. I have a monster manual right on my bedside table. That I just like reading monster stat blocks.
Nice. So can we move on to the next one?
Yes.
All right. So the next thing, so everybody knew, we got 175K. There was a poster map placed into Rust and Redemption. So there's going to be some form of map for you to use, some area or something. Don't know exactly what it'll be, but it is going to be great because those poster maps are always pretty tight. 225K, we got more creatures. They expanded the bestiary to 160 pages. So that was more, that was nice. 300K, we got a 100 card creature deck. So probably all the monsters that are going to be in the bestiary.
That's the creature deck too, because they already have a creature deck.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but there's yeah. At
Very
350K
nice.
poster map, they added a map to It's Only Magic.
Ooh. Those poster maps, by the way, if you don't have any of the books that come with them, I think Godforsaken came with one of them, and I feel like there was another book.
Gods of the Fall.
Yeah.
Gods of the Fall, the Unmasked, and Predation all came with maps too.
Those maps are gorgeous. Just a
Yeah.
heads up, they are so pretty. So yeah, I'm very excited for those maps. It's more of like, I'm not excited to have a map. I'm excited to have a nice poster for my room.
Okay, so this particular item really got me excited. At $450,000, they added another book to the book, and it was an anthology book of adventures.
Yeah,
We were chit-chatting about that earlier, and I'm so excited for this because it will scratch that itch for those people looking for more of predation and more of the strange and so on and so forth. It is just an exciting book to go along with what they're putting out.
It's actually just worth saying it's not only just generic adventures, but it's pre-existing back settings.
Right.
So you're gonna hit the strange. They're gonna revisit the strange. Yes, the strange, which hasn't been revisited in several years now. Predation. If anybody saw our top 10 list of most sought after additional material for, they realized that Predation was only behind the Strange and Numenera as the most popular setting. So you're gonna get two of the most popular settings that haven't had new material in several years now. They actually revisiting it with adventures,
which is super cool.
Awesome. That's pretty awesome.
And hopefully we see in those adventures, because I know this is what people clamor for when they talk about settings and liking them. Hopefully in these adventures we see some details more fleshed out about the lore of each of those games, like something a little. I'm not expecting like the world, you know what I mean, because it's just an adventure. But with an adventure, there is the opportunity to insert, a tiny bit of new canon or lore, or expand upon stuff that's already a little vague that people have been clamoring for additional details, like organizations or whatever have you. The adventures, even though on the surface they look like they might just be adventures, there is that chance that we'll get a little more information about our favorite settings.
Well, I can tell you, if this holds true to like anything else they've done, like even like the adventures that were run for Gen Con, those Gen Con adventures do insert nice little pieces, even though they're built to be one shots. Anybody who's played those places, those settings, gets that feeling that they're injecting something else to make that still feel like that same world. So good call, Al.
A couple quick questions about this book so we could like quickly discuss, right? How many adventures do you think is going to be in here?
And how big is the book? Do we have a page count?
It should be on here. I think it was
No, there was no page count for it. It was just
wasn't there additional adventures added?
it did additional two additional adventures have been added. Yes.
It said full length adventures, so that probably answers my next thing is, do you think it's going to be Cypher shorts? So if it's full length adventures, I'm expecting it to be like the 10-year anniversary book.
Makes sense.
Where it had about 7 or 8 adventures in it, but they full 4-hour adventures.
Well, if you look at this the way I'm looking at it, yeah, I think these are full adventures, and I think it might be a little bigger than the anniversary book because the anniversary book I think has 10 adventures in it, and that's normally the size they normally say 10. So this said they were upgraded twice, so it's been upgraded to 4 adventures.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna have.
Yeah, it's been upgraded. They've upgraded it by 4 adventures. So if they're holding true to their normal numbers, then we're looking at 14 adventures.
Mike brought up a good point. Are they gonna be all like the 10-year anniversary is all one shots? Mike said, are there gonna be any multiple session adventures in there?
That would be nice too, because people do.
There really, I mean, for the exception of the like there was a couple like J Colossus, the Strike has a couple of
the Numenera stuff has more.
Yeah,
you know, you had Aeon Priests, you have you know all of those books like that, but who knows? I mean,
that's a great question.
Well, it being
what
adventures.
Would make you disappointed in this book?
What'd you say?
I could tell you what make me disappointed in this book. If there's 4 or 5 rehashed adventures that are printed in other books.
Oh yeah, no, that would definitely do it.
I think that would probably be the deal breaker for any of us.
Yeah, seeing reprints would definitely. I mean, I would be okay with one reprint, like you know, but I would say 90% of this book has to be new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again,
to be honest, I'm expecting 100%.
Yeah, that's the dream, right? You know, 100% new stuff. But like, you know, on the conservative side, if they do reprint one adventure, you know, they have a ton of fantastic, you know, one-shot adventures or whatever have you. It's not the end of the world to have one of those in there because, again, this campaign is kind of directed at people who are new to the system, new to this stuff. So 1 or 2 reprints, I wouldn't lose my mind over.
Quick thing, Samuel Kaufman, Dean already answered that. I don't know if you was there, but Dean told you to grab the CSR, Unmask, and Claim the Sky as a combo for Persona style Cypher System campaign.
Yep. But yeah, the adventure book, and on top of that, the adventure book should have fantastic art. Like art is always special, but yeah.
That goes without question because I don't think I've ever seen an MCG book that didn't have fantastic art.
I'll just throw that out there as someone. Again, me personally, you guys know I almost never run pre-written adventures. So the draw here for me is again inspiration to do my own thing, but the art that comes with the creatures or whatever have you that are in these written adventures, that's where the money is for me. Like I get these cool images that I can use for my own purposes or whatever have you as inspiration. Yeah.
Rhino 8410 asked a great question. Do you think Rustin Redemption will have expanded call combat rules? That would be freaking hella cool if they did.
I think it might.
Yeah.
Because when you think of Mad Max, let's be realistic. The most Mad Max scenes is driving that sand dune road. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm thinking old fashioned car wars. I'm thinking getting my car wars on.
Yeah.
Rustin Redemption.
And they do specifically cite Mad Max for Rustin Redemption as one of the things they're drawing inspiration for. Well, not drawing inspiration, but it's in that realm.
Road Warrior, Mad Max, like Geekdom said.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe this year I should run like some long 12-parters.
Yeah, if I did anything in that vein, I'm doing Death Race 2000. It's one of my favorite movies, Frankenstein.
Oh my God,
That's an old movie, Dean. Old movie out that you should watch. That movie.
What movie?
Death Race 2000.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
With David Carradine, he was the villain. He was Frankenstein.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, but Sylvester Stallone looked like a teenager.
It's like
he probably was.
Yeah, I think he may have been 20, 21. Yeah. So.
All
right. So
I'm going to look at
you didn't say if there was anything that would disappoint you in that book, Dean.
I'm with you guys. I can't really see no rehashes. I mean, other than that, I mean, if they somehow just like cheesed on the adventures and there was no substance to them, nothing to hook you, that would be a disappointment.
It's Monte Cook Games.
But that's the whole point. I have no belief that that's going to happen. So
I have one last question because I like to have the interested comments for the people to go back and watch on YouTube. Right? But the last question I'm asked, they mentioned the strange and predation. If you had to pick, and this goes for chat as well, right? If you had to pick any other genre or any other setting book to have an adventure in there, which one would you pick? Me, I thought Gods of the Fall.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy stole my answer.
As much as I'm disappointed in the book, the world, I dig it so much. I would definitely like to see an adventure for Unmasked because
you know what, dude? That's actually a great answer because I would
like the world is so freaking.
Yeah, the setting is freaking super cool.
Yeah, right. It's a setting book. So the main disappointment with that book was we were expecting a toolkit book when it's a setting book,
right?
And we got Clean the Sky down the road, but Unmasked is it's awesome. It's such a cool setting. Yeah. What is it, 80s?
There was no superpowers in it.
Right, and the mask mechanic, the mask mechanic is like it was telling, what's the name, about for his game, for his Persona game. The mask mechanic is awesome as well. You get the 2 sheets. It's just little things that you can do. Man, I want to see something for that setting.
Yeah.
And mine would be Gods of the Fall.
That's actually a great answer. I would pick Gods of the Fall because I freaking love that setting. So
I've been playing too much.
Here's the funny part. We all love these settings equally. It's just like stupid because it's like, well, I'll take it. So we're gonna get everything anyway. So so give us a wish. Each one gets one. Okay. Can we have those?
Oh, so if we each get one, I know Al's gonna say Gods of the Fall, right? If you have to pick one out, so I'll pick something different then, because Gods of the Fall will be my friend, and Dean's going Unmasked. I would. Oh, that's a tough one.
Because my other favorite is already it's Predation. Like I would have picked Predation first, but we know for sure that's going to be in it.
So, you know what? I'll go Stars of Fire.
Oh, Rebel.
Yep. Stars of Fire. I will go Stars of Fire. So that way we'll get at least some additional stuff.
All right, I can change it up too, right? I'll change up my answer too, just because we got 2 Gods of the Fall, and that's super popular. But with it coming out around the same time as this campaign, it would be cool to see a Rust and Redemption adventure in there, or It's Only Magic adventure in there.
My gut feeling is that you are going to see that.
Yeah, like that would be cool.
Actually. Yeah, actually, I would kind of be disappointed if there wasn't one of those 2 in there.
You know what? You know what I'm thinking? What if I'm thinking that they may revisit it?
There's a ton of Tolus adventures though. Someone in chat.
Think about this. They're up to 14 adventures. Think about this. They could actually do.
You sure it's going to be 14? I can't picture it.
I'm just saying. Okay, put it this way. They're up to 4 more. I'll put it that way.
I think it's going to be 10.
Well,
even with the 2 additional.
4 additional.
It's 4 additional.
Yeah, but how many pages is it?
It doesn't say.
It didn't say. But here's the thing.
But I can't see it being more than 200 pages.
But here's the thing. What I was going to say though, think of it if they did this, if they did all the genre books, an adventure for all the genre books, and then 3 more adventures for the setting books. You know, that would be cool. One adventure for each, and then the 3 setting books.
I still say I don't think it's going to be nowhere near 14 adventures in there. If it's full length adventures, I don't think so. Because the 10-year anniversary book is like 220 something pages, and I don't see it being more than that.
I'm just going on what we have seen before. Every book they ever put out was 10 adventures. This one said they upgraded it twice, so I'm thinking 14. I could be wrong. But
no, I'm not complaining if it is 14. Look, none of us know the answer, Dean. I'm just saying, like I can't see them doing a 280-page adventure book. If they did, I'll be hella happy though.
We'll see what happens.
I definitely feel like I'm on Anthony's side that it's going to be like in the ballpark of the size of the 10-year anniversary book. But yeah, they could prove us wrong and give us a gigantic one. Who knows?
There's also too the character sheets are going to be in there, right?
No.
Pregens, or you're going to have to make your own characters.
Doesn't say anything about characters. That's just an adventure book.
They didn't say anything about Pregens for those. Those are just the adventure book. Yeah. And then we're getting a new deck, XP deck, a deck of token cards representing XP. I guess they said they're going to showcase unique art. Sounds like fun. You never have too many XP cards.
Oh, if anybody's seen the XP that they gave out for the 10-year anniversary, these kind of remind me of those, where it has some really awesome art in the center of it. Right, like the one that they show here is a dragon spitting out fire, right? And those are similar to the ones that they had at the 10-year anniversary, and those were hella nice too. So I'm expecting these to be beautiful as well.
Yeah, I feel like those ones we got at GameHoleCon were like kind of like the test runs. Like, oh, this does look good. Like, so I guess we can make these. Like, oh yeah, it was kind of some glare, but yeah. It's they're definitely very pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I believe, and I could be wrong, those people who signed up early on in the campaign, like the 24-hour mark, they're getting foil ones of those.
Yeah.
Or is it a different set of foil ones?
Don't know, but yeah, we just know there is a foil set for everyone who signed up in the first.
I hope it's these ones, because seeing the art in foil would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at 625,000, that's when they upgraded the adventure book, giving us 2 additional adventures. So that was an additional 4 adventures that's supposed to be in that book. However many's in there, I'm going to be very happy, because that's going to be awesome. And now we want you to tell all of your friends, because at 675K, the bestiary gets upgraded to 192 pages, which means more monsters, more challenges, more creepy stuff. So come on, tell everybody what to do.
It says including layers, schemes, goals, organizations. So does that mean that this stuff isn't going to be in the book if it doesn't get to 675?
Oh, that's a good point. I have to, because so it says including, so I have to assume that on the expansion is going to include more of those things. I hope, because I would hate. All right, so now that we bring that up, that would be a disappointment if the bestiary without this upgrade lacks those things. That would be disappointing.
So currently we at 656, 489. So we're like 20K away. Come on, guys, dig deep in your pockets.
The thing doesn't auto refresh. I refreshed.
No, I had to refresh it. It's 658, 749, Ant.
Yep, it just went up a little bit.
Yeah, we're like 18 away. I might have to order a T-shirt or something. Oh, first of all, I don't know if you guys seen these T-shirts, because you can't get this T-shirt anywhere. This T-shirt is, I'm a freaking, I know I said I love bestiaries, but I love gaming T-shirts even more. And I love this shirt. I love it says the shirt eases Cypher System all my tasks. Yo, this is a really cool shirt for $25.
Where do you see this shirt at?
It's an add-on. I scrolled down to it on the stream there, but
Scroll down.
Oh,
yeah,
You didn't see the shirt,
oh.
dude? The shirt is hot.
yeah, it
I'll
looks
be
really cool.
I'll be ordering a couple of those.
I wish they had other colors because I don't think I think that's the only color.
Either way, though, it's cool as hell. There's a lot of nice add-ons. Yeah, like you can see this. Again, if you're new to Cypher System, new to Monte Cook Games stuff, this is an awesome Backerkit project to get into because you have access to basically everything they've ever made. Yeah, it's like you can get everything at a reasonable, pretty decent price.
And guys,
Um,
there's only 21 hours left. So, and they have packages for if you just want, like you just want the starter set and the CSR book, or if you have all the other, you don't want the deluxe book, or you just want the 2 setting books. They broke it down to, there's a lot of really good packages to back at.
yeah,
You know, of course you can get the all PDF versions, or you just want the deluxe core rule book.
yeah,
Or
they.
all the other Worlds of Cypher System books as well, included in your package. You
Yeah,
can get the bonus bundle.
it's awesome that they, like I said, if you're new to this, you can basically have access to everything they've ever made in the past. And it's if you're on that collector side, you want all the things. Again, I could be wrong, but the MSRP for, like, let's say the World of Cypher System books, all of those books are way more expensive than $180, right? If you were to buy them like on the site. So this is a great bang for your buck deal here for anyone who's missing these books. Yeah, you always get a huge bang for your buck when it comes to these Kickstarters or backer kits or whatever have yous. And these add-ons here are just add to that. Like, not counting even like the stretch goals and all that stuff, these add-ons here are perfect for anyone who's missing stuff from their collection or just getting into it.
So I have the final prediction question to ask, guys. And once again, this goes for chat. What do you say is going to be the final number? I'm gonna write this down because
All right, let me look at the number now. I think we'll at least hit the 675
it's like the Price is Right. You gotta give
without going over.
yeah, without going over. You gotta give a final number.
So my final number, I think, will be in the ballpark of $689,000 and then $64. So 689.64
Okay. Dean.
specifically.
Ken Hub will. I'll put Ken Hub down too. Ken Hub wrote
676,000. $42.
You said 676, Dean?
676,100,000. 42.
42?
Yep.
Ken Hub wrote 674.99.
And 83 cents.
83 cents. I'm going. It's without going over, right?
Without going over.
Mike said 678,001.
Wait up. Mike said Black Faith Healer wrote
680.
680.
So RPG guy went 679,549.
Oh, Donald 679,549.
Donald wrote 679,549.
Did you get Mike's?
No, what was Mike's?
678,001.
$1 more than
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. What's it at now? I'm gonna go 685,318.
All right.
Anybody else wants to get in this? Jason wrote $1 billion.
$1 billion. Dean did it too.
All right, whoever gets closest to this, and it isn't either me, Al, or Dean, we'll send you a $20 MCG coupon. So anybody else wants to get in this? Jason, you can't change your answer. You said $1 billion. I wrote it down.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Oh shit!
Geekdom wrote 678,000.
The people are playing the prices right. People are actually playing the prices right.
Where did Geekdom write? I didn't see Geekdom.
678002.
678002.
Oh, and Black Faith Healer gave their exact number, which is 680309.
We didn't say anything about double numbers now, but I'll be fucking.
It's just that you needed that specific dollar amount.
Six what?
680,309.
Oh, okay.
It'll be funny to
Going
see.
once, going twice.
Sold.
Okay, we got everybody. Yeah, we'll post this on our Facebook group. So with everybody's numbers, and we'll find out.
Oh boy.
Me
But
personally, I think I should have changed my number, but I think Dean or Mike might get it. I think Dean's. I hope. Dean or Mike is my guess for who's gonna win. Jason's $1 billion has no shot of winning.
$1 billion.
Oh yes, there is a Facebook group as well and a Discord. I posted on both, but yeah. This was actually fun. At the end of the day, guys, I think this is an awesome crowdfunded project.
Yeah, me too.
We'll post a link to the Facebook group as well, Faith Healer. You should join both because there's like different conversations had on both. I mean, on Discord,
MySpace and ICQ. Well, I'll get the Facebook link right now. I don't know why the hell the bot command isn't working. That's so dumb. But yeah, here we go. Boop.
You see what Doug wrote about
now scroll up and give me Samuel Kaufman's because I know he wrote it.
You can write it again. I don't see
it was like 999 something.
Oh no, 999, is that billion or trillion?
It's like a trillion.
Oh, I'm not even like you and Sam, you in the same boat as Jason. As a no shot at winning.
No, solo RPG guy talk about is equal to the national debt multiplied by Anthony's age minus the number of times Dean ever rolled a 20 plus Al's birth year.
If we multiply by the time Dean rolls 20s all the time.
He does.
He rolls 20s more than all of us combined.
Only when I'm a player. When I'm the GM, I can't roll anything.
Well, you don't roll anything.
He rolled so many 20s that in our Infinite Construct game, somebody accused him of cheating. Remember that?
Wait, what? That actually happened? Someone actually accused you of cheating?
They came out with a mathematical equation. It's impossible for these to roll so many 20s in a game.
No way.
Go read it in the chat. It was hilarious.
It's statistically impossible. But here's the thing. It's just like when Anthony plays. When Anthony plays in my game, he won't roll a 20 till the end. And then like roll back-to-back 20s. Remember? Every time.
That's hilarious.
In my game, in my what you call it, Keeper of the Borderlands game, we had somebody that couldn't roll higher than a 9 in the
Oh my God.
That's rough.
Like,
but
there was the person re-rolled 3 times and didn't get higher than a 5, like spending XP. I felt so bad. It was like 2, 3, 2, 5.
Wow.
But yeah, we are getting hella distracted.
Yeah.
Sidetracked, whatever have you. The important part being, if you haven't backed us already, go and back it. as a newcomer, you're getting access to a bevy of all their stuff. Like literally everything they've made, I think, is part of this as add-ons. And as someone who's already been in the Monte Cook Games verse, you get 2 fantastic new setting books, a deluxe version of the Cipher core book, which looks like it's going to be pretty as hell. And that adventure book, which is going to revisit some classics that haven't been revisited in years, such as The Strange and Predation. So there's something for literally everyone here. And if you're not in it, go be in it. I'll post the link again so you can visit it yourself. Yeah, it's definitely seems like it's going to be very worthwhile.
Absolutely. And I think this goes without saying, we've done a lot of good videos before on crowdfunded. Before it used to be Kickstarter, now it's Backerkit. You always get a bang for your buck. I don't think MCG has ever, if you back at the everything level, you get at minimum 3 times the amount of money you put in product. And this one is no different. At the everything level, what's the everything level?
380.
380, right? You're getting the everything level is not 380, Dean.
Yes, it is.
It is. It is 380.
Let me see.
I'll put it on the screen right now.
It's 240.
240.
No, it's 380.
240.
The all-in Cypher Voyager is 380. That's where they get the rule book, they get the 2 new books, they get all these add-ons, and they get all the rest of the genre books.
Yeah.
No, but that's if you don't have if you're getting all the new books, it's 240. I'm looking at
for just the new stuff.
Yeah, it's 240.
Yeah, that is accurate. So 240 as someone who's been in the MCG verse, you get all the new stuff, and then 380 as someone who's new, you get access to the new stuff and all the other white cover toolkit books.
Yeah, but even at 240, right, you're getting 5 books and a deluxe book, a deluxe edition book. The deluxe edition book is usually about almost $100 by itself. So that means that you're getting the other 5 books for $140 at $49 a book, right? That's what you call it. You do the math. You up already.
Yeah, 4 books. You say $200 for the $225 for the 5 books. Then you add in the 20, say 20, $30 for the.
Not to mention the cost of the PDFs.
Then you throw $30 in for the Cipher starter kit, and then the Deluxe edition book is probably going to be $110, $120.
Yeah, so you up at least $250 on the 240 investment at minimum. No, actually, you up more because the regular books are 50. Let's just say $50 a pop, right?
So that's $250.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you add in.
So that covers the cost. So that doesn't what you call it count the campaign book. I mean, count the monster manual or the starter set or the value of all the PDFs.
Right.
All the card, the XP deck, or the monster creature card. That doesn't count the value of that either.
Right.
So yeah, you up like 300, or the adventure book, which is another $50. So yeah, you probably up close to $300 on a 240 investment. It's like $550 worth of books.
Yeah, it's amazing value.
So with that being said, go tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone.
Yeah.
Tell them to come and fund this kit. We want it.
And I want the extra, so we want to get a 675 because I want the extra creatures in the bestiary. For selfish reasons. Also, for people that didn't recap, thanks again for entering the raffle and winning prizes. If you did win prizes and you don't get your prizes, contact either me or Al, and we'll definitely make sure that it's happening. And if you like us and you like what we do, join the Cypher Unlimited Discord server for all things Monte Cook Games. We have the largest fan-run Discord server, close to 5,000 members now. We zoom past 4,000. But if Discord's not for you, join our Facebook group. It's not as big as our Discord, but there's many great conversations being had. Give us a subscribe here on Twitch, or give us a follow. We really appreciate it. Or please go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe there. You know, we almost about to hit 1,200 there. We want to get that growing, right? Our videos are always free, but if you want to help us out financially in any way, give us a little donation on Ko-fi. It helps us out with little things like Zoom costs. Or visit our online store and pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch, like the hat I got on or the shirt D got on. And last but not least, we love you guys.
Any final words, Dean, before I close this out?
Good evening, everybody.
And yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. This was an excellent discussion of what we're getting in the Adventures in the Cypher System Backerkit campaign. We had a lot of great ideas on what might possibly be in these books. Hopefully they come to fruition and that we do not see those things we said we did be disappointed about. Let's hope. Yeah, so again, thank you everybody for coming by. And from us at the CU, we will see you later.